Okay, so it's been a significantly decent amount of time since I put up a video, and that's because after I did those last 2 cooking videos, I got hammered by boulders. It just felt like boulders were falling out of the sky at me, and in the course of 2 days, 3 boulders fell out of the sky at me, and it took all my spoons just to do everyday things that need to be done, like shower and stuff like that. So it's been a while since I posted a video, but I'm back. My last 2 were cooking. I said this was a cooking and craft channel, so this is part of the crafting thing. And I'm just making cards because it's relatively quick to go from nothing to a fully made card. And they're pretty and they're forgiving, and if you mess up you can either fix it or scrap the part that you messed up on and use the rest of it for something else. One example of that was I had this stamp set that said it has a U in it, and it says all sorts of other little things that go along with it. Let's see if I can find it and show it to you. And all this stuff just came off of Temu. I mean, I honestly don't know if it's a dupe of somebody's or not, but it's got these sayings on it. You are beautiful, you are fantastic, you make me smile, happy birthday to you. And one of them says, you deserve to be celebrated. And then one said, you gets better with age, deserve to be celebrated. Those are the 2 that have blue on them because I know those are the 2 that I used. But when I stamped it, deserve to be celebrated looked fine, but get better with age looked terrible. So my entire card front was basically ruined. Excuse me. By that terrible stamp. But I just cut out the U part. And now I will use this on a different card just because I can. And so, you know, I like that. I like that it's forgiving. All the supplies that you see except the paper pretty much came off of Temu or was on sale at Michael's. Got some stuff at scrapbook.com. Got some stuff at, I can't remember it. It's the paper bag place that Jessie K Creations uses. Anyway, I've been watching a lot of people make cards, and I thought it was really cool looking because the end results are really nice, and it gives something pretty to look at. And like I said, it doesn't take a whole lot of spoons to do this. I can sit down at my desk and I can happily do things. And today I really don't have the spoons to create, so I'm making card bases. But I have never seen anybody fold a card base this way. All of the card people that I watch, when they fold a card base, they cut the card in half and then they score it and then they fold it on the score line. And I did that for a while, but my issue with that is my scorer. This is the scorer that I bought. My issue with that is that in order to use this scorer for the measurement, you got to take these 2 arms out to the side, and that is just cumbersome, bulky, unnecessarily long, and I didn't like it, so I had to come up with a better way to do it. Now, I do like this because it's got several different wave patterns, and let's see if that piece is still up here. Yeah, I took a piece of vellum and cut a wave pattern on it, and I thought that looked really cool, so that's in one of my cards. But I didn't like that at all, and I don't have any other scoring things. So in the course of just trial and error, I found out that I could do this, and it's really quick and it's really easy. And I've never seen anybody else in all of the YouTube creators that I watch for card making. My favorites are Jessie K Creations and Natasha Foote. Those are my 2 favorites, but I watch a lot of them. And I found that scoring cards, it's just an extra step. And I found this out. So I'm going to show you what I do when I make my card bases. So I've got a whole bunch of 4 1/4 by 10.5. Wait, what is it? It's 5 by 4.5, 5 by 8.5. So it's 5.5 by 8.5. So when I fold it, it'll be 5.5 by 4 1/4. But I just line the edge up. I don't know if this is lined up properly. I'm going to turn this a little bit. It's going to wiggle. Sorry about that. But I just line this edge up. I hope this is in frame. I'm going to turn it just a little bit more, just make sure it's in frame, because I can't see what my camera is recording. And I know every time I move it, this stupid tripod is very, very wobbly. But I just line it up in the corner. I take the other side and line it up on top of it, push it. This is my big cutting board and my guillotine. And it's got this lip right here that's probably 3 millimeters, maybe 4 millimeters thick. So I just push it way up against that edge, and then I put the other one on top of it, fold it over, line it up very carefully, and then press it down. And that makes my card base without having to use a scoring machine. And they come out really nice. And I've just never seen anybody do it this way. And to me, this is so much simpler and so much easier than doing the little scoring machine. Now, would I have ever figured this out if I didn't have this incredibly terrible, or not really terrible, but cumbersome and inconvenient scoring box? No, I probably wouldn't have. Which one's the scoring blade? That one's the scoring blade on this one. So I don't know if you can see it, but that's the picture for the scoring blade. And if this hadn't been so cumbersome and inconvenient, you know, I would have just done this the same way that everybody else does. Turn this around, do my little scoring on it. But this, where you just line it up and fold it, is so much faster. I can run through making card bases super quick. And today I really just, like I said, I don't have the spoons to do anything else other than make card bases. But I'm doing something. I'm, you know, focusing on something that brings me joy, makes me happy. And as you know, this is a mental health channel, and I have a bunch of mental health issues. And to find something that I can do quickly and easily that brings joy is something that I'm always on the search for, because I don't like where my brain goes when my hands and my brain aren't focusing on something else. And it's side effects of trauma. So I try to do things that distract my brain from all the trauma and all of the mental health issues that I'm going through. And this is what I've found. But I did want to share this really cool folding method that you can do without a scoreboard. And look at that. I mean, it's just, they just go so quickly. And I only do them one at a time. I only cut one sheet at a time. I only do one fold at a time, because if I mess something up, I'm only messing up one portion of my materials. And these materials can be expensive. Anybody who makes cards knows that. So if you can see all of this, most of that is clearance stuff from Michael's that my husband went out and found and picked up for me, like this watercolor ink for $3. This was an alcohol ink that was on sale there. These alcohol inks were on sale. So I have tons of stuff to play with and experiment with and find new things to do with them. And that's really what I do when I make these things, is I'm making them more for my sanity and my enjoyment than I am for, you know, what's going to happen to these cards once I'm done with them. I'll give some to my husband. I'll give some to the very few friends that I have. You know, people with mental health issues don't generally tend to make or keep friends well. And maybe one day I'll go through all of the different mental health things that I've got going on. But, you know, it's very, very difficult for me to make and keep friends. One of my mental health problems, one of my, I guess you'd call it a learning disability, makes it very, very difficult for me to make and keep friends. And that's on top of the fact that I'm autistic. Autism does not help in any way, shape, form, or fashion in finding and keeping friends. But then to have this other one on top of it, which I'm still not ready to talk about, just to have this other issue on top of being autistic, it's just very difficult to make and keep friends. So I make cards, or at least I've started making cards. And this is just a little tip that I have discovered. One safety thing though, if you're going to do this, make sure you put the guillotine blade down before you start folding the cards, because you don't want this blade up while you're working in this area, because you don't want to slice yourself with it. So put the blade down and fold the card. And I'm going to go back to what I was doing and not talking to y'all. There really aren't that many of you right now anyway. But I'm going to go back to what I was doing and go back to making my cards and working on maintaining a steady mental state. And this helps with that. So anyway, that's my video for today. If you have any comments or suggestions or things that you think I could do better, or if you have any questions, by all means, put them in the comments. You know, like, subscribe, all that other good stuff. Talk to you later.